Hello? Beep, 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 beep. Hello, folks. Welcome to the Court of the Edijester. What we got for you today? This is horrifying. I really do worry that the cash report isn't going to do much. I know I'm being cynical. Just forget my cynical introduction. I just feel cynical about it. So I've got an article here by Sanchez Manning from the Daily Fail, and it's in regards to Susie Green, the former head of Mermaids. Become a warrior teacher. Come and join us in May, please. Yes, and buy me a coffee if you can, etc. It's just going by like a rate of knots. Okay, it's just bizarre. So let's have a see what's going on with this particular article. The former head of the controversial trans lobby group Mermaids is planning to set up a new helpline which critics say will be used to advise children on how they can get gender drugs outside the NHS. It's amazing to me. A couple of my friends have gone, well, you've got your cast review, it's over now, isn't it? They don't get it. Now, cast review is, without a shadow of a doubt, we won the battle on the medicalisation, sterilisation and mistreatment of children in what is probably the greatest medical scandal in the 21st century. Certainly up there with eugenics in the 20th. So it's galling to see this, that now we must have a government, or we need a government that is going to come forward and deal with getting gender identity ideology and the LGBT groups out of schools. LGBT has nothing to do with gays and lesbians. So we need to make this very clear, I feel, that what we've got is LGBT, which is a group of people, including straight people, gay people, lesbian people, bisexual people, who have come together as a rotten collective with a hard left, neoliberal, religious type, cult type way of thinking. So the LGBT has got nothing to do with, has as much to do with gay and lesbians as it does with heterosexuals. It's got nothing to do with us whatsoever. And that's the message that needs to go out there very strongly, particularly for schools, to understand that they must not get these groups in. They must not get these groups in. And that's where we seem to be failing. I see Gillian Keegan's wibbled something, but it's nowhere near enough. So, but Susie Green, who is, took her son to Thailand to have him fixed, is creating a service that can be honest about the utter SHIT show of current NHS gender services and discuss private healthcare options with young people of all ages. The absolute megalomaniacal, narcissistic nature of that thinking. Absolutely deranged. Miss Green wrote on the social media that the helpline is needed because the new NHS approach to gender treatment, which favours therapy rather than medical interventions, is harming children. It's, dear God, they are the opposite of what they say they are. Queer theory. They've gone mad. Their moral compass is gone. It's gone. They have no moral compass. To imagine that experimentation on children in a physiological sense is any road to go down because they are psychologically ill. It's beyond the pale at this point. But last night, critics claimed she intends to use the helpline to direct young people to non-NHS services where they can access hormones and puberty halting medicine. They say puberty halting. It just stops it completely. Bayswater Support Group, who some of you will know have done fantastic work on this in this area, a parent-led campaign group, said they're not a campaign group to an extent that they're providing support to parents whose children got caught by this cult. I wish they'd get the language right. I want everybody to get the language right. Bayswater Group, parent-led, said coming so soon after the NHS decision to all but ban puberty blockers and cross-sex hormones in under 18s, it appears she is setting up this helpline to exploit a loophole around the lack of regulation of private clinics supplying drugs to vulnerable children. Supplying estrogen, testosterone, all the whole shit show that comes with trying to make men look like women or women look like men, or in the absolute experimentation on children. This entire thing needs to be encapsulated into one law and given the same importance as if you supply heroin to a child. And then when we've got a few of you staring out from behind the bars, it might be that the rest of you will get the damn message. That's what we need to do. I can't understand why the government didn't do it. Miss Green's plans have emerged as Dr. Hilary Cass published a major review on Dr. Cass's recommendations, which were that the whole thing's remarkably weak on evidence. You don't need a 400-page report to tell you that, you immoral swine. Miss Green's plans have emerged, and on Dr. Cass's recommendations, children under 16 can no longer use the Edijester access drugs known as puberty blockers, which halt development into adulthood, unless part of a clinical trial. Well, that shouldn't even exist. How are you going to have a clinical trial? Right, this lot don't want to sterilise themselves, and they do. Right, okay, we'll give them the placebo. How are you going to have a clinical trial? She further recommended that cross-sex hormones, which begin the physical process of changing gender, should be prescribed only with extreme caution to those under 18. It shouldn't be prescribed at all. At all! There is not one single thing, not one single indicator that that's what we should do. Even if you go back as far as the original Dutch model, it was all gay boys. It was all about being feminine, wasn't it? Oh, is he so feminine? Well, it was that horrible American woman trying to beat it out of her son, beat the gay out of her son, and then transed him. These people. Miss Green was head of Mermaids when it was found to be sending out breast binders, restrictive garments with potential health risks, to teenage girls without their parents' knowledge. She also previously advocated for the age at which children can receive powerful sex change hormones to be lowered to 16. And once they get that, they'll want it lower still. Last night, Miss Green told the Daily Mail on Sunday, trans people deserve better. Right, well, define trans people, Green. You never have. Trans people deserve better. So what we need to do better for these LARPing men, do we? We need to do better for the fetishistic men. Yeah, of course we do. The NHS Health Service for transgender people, no such things, need a complete overhaul, as wait lists for people of all ages are in excess of 4 years. Well, I can do away with wait lists just like that, and I'm sure you could do. We just stop the entire damn thing. Go and read the Daily Mail article. I think we're pussyfooting again. Don't let them pussyfoot. We've got Cass. We've got to stop them from pussyfooting. Ban it all. Repeal the GRA, update the Equality Act, and come up with a national training programme for teachers and for teachers to use with students, in which it identifies and shows the nature of the LGBT cult. That's all we can do now. All right? I'll see you later. Let me know what you think in the Dubras. Come be a word teacher. Oh, see you later. Bye.